All right, I'm gonna be straight up honest. It's probably gonna get me a lot of hate, which probably I deserve. But I actually didn't want to talk about this topic because one is being beaten to a dead horse now, and let me get out of the way. One, it's sort of a no-brainer because everyone knows what's happening with Laura Bailey is bad. Obviously, that's number one. Two, it's again like I said before, it's being a dead horse because I've seen so many big YouTubers, basically saying, this is crossing the line, this is bad. Can't people tell the difference between reality from fiction? Stuff like that. And it was just annoying to me because I'm just sitting here being like, yes, I know it's bad. It crosses the line. It's just that I'm just tired of like the 5-minute, 10-minute rant. Look, if you're expecting this video to be a 5-minute or 10-minute rant on how Laura Bailey death threats against her and her kids is crossing the line and that's bad and we need to do something about it. If you thought that this was gonna be this video, then no, I'm sorry to disappoint you because it's a no-brainer. And what people need to understand is this is what kind of annoys me. On why people don't understand this concept is that, look, listen, guys, the people who sent death threats to Laura Bailey and apparently her kids, that's partly what I heard. I'm not sure if that's true, the kid part, but definitely the Laura Bailey receiving death threats. What people need to understand is that the people who sent death threats to her, they know it's bad. Okay, it's not that they didn't know what they were doing. It's not that they were just pissed off at the game and just sending it. Yeah, they were pissed off at the game and sending it, but it wasn't as if they didn't know it or they just sending it because they're mad. They were mad at how the game is. Like me, I fucking hate the game. I can't stand the game, The Last of Us Part 2. But they hate it. But they directly sent her death threats knowing that's unacceptable. And knowing and trying their best to upset her, trying their best to put her down, trying their best to scare her. They know what they're doing. They're terrible people. But the thing is, some of these big YouTubers, when they talk about this, they're talking as if they don't know what they're doing, that they're barbarians, that they're crazy people. I mean, yeah, they are. But listen, they know exactly what they're doing, okay? And look, if they're sending, look, I am all for her getting the law involved. I don't know if she did, because that to me that's no longer free speech when you're saying that this person should be killed or inciting violence against her. That's no, in my book, that's typically not free speech. That's just like going over. That's like inciting to violence almost. So it's just one of those things where it's just like, yes, they're terrible people, but let's not treat it as if majority of people don't know that's bad. Everyone knows that's bad, and it should be, yeah, I know it should be condemned, but it shouldn't be like a 10-minute rant on how like this is bad and we need to do something. Look, she's an adult. Get the police involved. If not, and then get the police involved and don't feed the trolls. That's it. That's it. It's just one of those things. And I'm seeing people just thinking about implementing policies like the government should be involved. I'm like, yeah, I'm not sure if that's the wise idea, because who determines what? What determines as a threat? Because I know it sounds stupid, but many people have a different definition of threat. Threat can now mean, oh, he disagrees with me. It's like that kind of thing. So I'm not sure if I like that idea. And that also brings me to the thing that I actually wanted to talk about. Because the people are talking about, obviously, how this is unacceptable. Obviously. But what I'm seeing is that this same group of people, which is actually concerning, are now pushing this sort of idea that the people who hate The Last of Us Part 2 are encouraging these kind of death threats, or they're the ones that's causing these kind of death threats, or they're enabling it. And I'm sorry, if you're one of those people that actually think that, then you're insane and you need help. I'm dead serious. Last of Us 2 critics did not cause these death threats. Look, if someone can point to me, like for example, I seen one comment. I'm seeing lots of comments. I forgot which YouTube video it was. I completely forgot what it was. And I it was one of those random ones. It was in my recommendations, so I clicked on it. And again, it was one of the videos that I hate what's happening in Laura Bailey. Of course, obviously, it's bad, obviously. But then in the comment section, people were saying the most craziest shit. People were blaming the quartering. Someone said that he's a neo-Nazi. I've seen some people blame Tyrone Magnus, Geeks and Gamers. And I'm just like, what? And I forgot this other YouTuber, RK something. I forgot. I've seen his videos quite a few times, but I forgot his name. But even the YouTuber on the video mentioned his name and tried to quote unquote call him out. Start saying, these people, they make Last of Us 2 hate videos like 10 times, so they are partially responsible and all that crap. And then, you know, people in the comment section are actually echoing the sentiment. Listen, I forgot what this YouTuber's name is. The guy who posted that video and the guy he was talking about. Listen, I don't care if he makes 10,000 videos of Last of Us hate videos, Last of Us Part 2 hate videos. That doesn't mean that he is saying that that it's okay for her to receive death threats. 10, 20, 30, 100 Last of Us Part 2 videos does not equate to a person getting a death threat. I'm sorry, it doesn't. It doesn't encourage someone to send death threats to an actor or to Neil Druckmann, you know? That doesn't excuse it. That doesn't enable it. The person who hated Last of Us Part 2, they were going to send it regardless if the guy made the videos or not. This is insane. And same with the corner. I mean, look, I don't watch his videos. They're not for me. They're a bit slow for me. Look, he's popular. People like the format's videos, and good for him. But to call him a neo-Nazi, I mean, look, I don't watch most of his videos, but even I know he's not a neo-Nazi. And it's that kind of mentality, that way of thinking. It's how a child would think. You know, oh, this guy hates this game and this actor has got death threats. He hates the game, so he must be the cause for why she gets death threats. I'm sorry, that's stupid. That's nonsense. Is that the world you want to live in? Really? Okay, let's case in point here for a minute. An example, sorry, not case in point. An example, right? Quartering. Obviously not a neo-Nazi. The person who wrote that is crazy. You obviously just call him a neo-Nazi because you don't like his politics, clearly. It's not because he's a neo-Nazi. But here's the thing. Obviously, he's not a neo-Nazi. He hates Last of Us 2. You made a video about him, alright? Or you talk about him, oh, he's part of the problem, blah, blah. Then the quartering gets death threats. He's innocent. All he's doing is expressing his opinion on The Last of Us Part 2. People disagree with it. You disagree with it, but then he gets death threats. Are you now responsible for it? Because you quote-unquote called him out? Just because he disliked The Last of Us 2? Are you not part of the problem? Of course you're not. You're not. You don't control what these people do. But is that the road you want to live in? This is what I mean. I'm seeing... It's actually really frightening because I'm actually seeing these people hold these kind of views where these critics are responsible for the death threats that Laura Bailey and her kids are receiving. I'm sorry, that's just straight out false. Flat out false. Okay, that's just insane. And if you actually do think like that, then I'm sorry, there's a personal battle that you need to engage in within yourself. Because that's a bunch of horse shit. Honestly, that is insane to equate those two together. That is insane. I would not. Jesus Christ, you hate Last of Us Part 2. You made 20 videos about how much you hate Last of Us Part 2, so thus you are part of the problem of why a certain actor gets death threats. That is insane. Look, I am against anyone getting death threats, obviously. Laura Bailey does not deserve to get death threats. Clearly, obviously. But me hating Last of Us Part 2, just because I hate Last of Us Part 2, I can't stand that game. I even can't stand her character, as you can see in my video. And if I deliberately put her face in with a Sign above her because I can't stand this character. But just because I can't stand her does not mean that I believe or I am encouraging that Laura Bailey should get death threats. That is insane. You people are insane. You are part of the problem. As far as I'm concerned, you guys are no different from the person who's these crazy people who are sending death threats to Laura Bailey. You're not. Because no normal person would think this way. Oh, you hate Last of Us Part 2, so you must be encouraging this. You have this toxic atmosphere. I'm just like, so no. Sorry, that's insane. But if that's the world you want to live in, okay, we'll play that game. If that's the game you want to play. So next time you criticize a piece of art or you criticize a movie, you criticize something, and the director gets death threats, then that means you are part of the problem as well. This is insane, and this kind of thing can it has to stop. It really has to stop, and because this is a really dangerous road that we're heading.